Hello, me again. I'm just setting up another YouTube video series. Yes, in the previous one, I spoke about Pokemon and a series of videos all about Pokemon, collecting Pokemon, that kind of thing. Looking at my collection, and I said it was one of my favourite things I've collected since when I'm a kid and still follow now. Well, the second series after that is another one that I've collected since a kid, and I would say probably about the same sort of similar time I started with Pokemon, 10, 11, possibly before. I'm pretty sure, actually, having said that, I knew about this particular franchise before Pokemon. So I'm going to say maybe it was about 9. I seem to remember it existing before Pokemon. Anyway, it's actually more in line with, in some ways, the Jack Reacher video, because it's a book series, and it is probably the series I wouldn't say that got me into reading, because I was brought up with plenty of books around, and parents read stories as a kid, and then I got into reading them myself. What I really liked were things like Hardy Boys, the Nancy Drew mysteries, if you remember anything like that, any of those sort of adventure stories, and then things like Famous Five, Secret Seven, all that kind of stuff. But after that, I'll tell you what I got into. Yeah, as I say, probably from the age of 9 and 10, I got into a series of books that I noticed even people who weren't into reading, even the kids that never read. So that's credit to the author there. He did get people to read who perhaps would not have after, before Harry Potter, because that is often credited Harry Potter, and Harry Potter obviously did a great job with that by J.K. Rowling. She did an awesome job of getting people to read who perhaps wouldn't not have normally have read. But before her, just because these books came out before, the guy who was credited with doing that was Mr. R.L.Stine, known as Stephen King for kids. You may be familiar. He, of course, created Goosebumps. So yeah, I literally collected almost every single of the original Goosebumps. Unfortunately, many of them deteriorated over time. Some were, well, most of them were actually like destroyed in like a leak and things like that. So I don't really own many. In fact, this one in my hand is now my only surviving one, because I got it a bit more recently. So what I'm going to be doing is going back for a great nostalgic, hopefully, trip of recollecting Goosebumps. And again, doing various videos based on Goosebumps and R.L.Stine himself, but also R.L.Stine's other franchises, such as Fear Street. I was a big fan of them, sort of after Goosebumps. Often you got a bit older, and then you could upgrade to Fear Street, as it was. That was a slightly bit more mature. People actually died in there, whereas no one ever dies in Goosebumps, really. Sort of what they called safe scares, but scary enough for it to be enjoyable. But yeah, Fear Street was a bit more they say young adult age sort of thing. And he also did a couple of adult novel. Well, I think one adult novel, R.L.Stine, Red Rain. So we'll be looking at those. The guy is now working with Marvel on a Man Thing comic. He's still going strong. And of course there was the Goosebumps movie. Sorry, I just kicked a tripod, and I do apologise if you wondered what that was. That just came into screen. I am still uploading these on mobile, as you can probably see. So my tripod's sitting there lonely while I'm not using it. I'm going to tell you what I was looking around in the room for. Sorry, it's not that I'm not paying attention to you. I thought I had my Goosebumps DVD somewhere, but it is around here somewhere, but I was going to show you. But anyway, I'll show you on another video. Yeah, Goosebumps, of course, made it into a movie. I'm very excited. Oh, there it is again. Go away. I'm very excited that there's going to be another one. There is also in talks to be a Fear Street movie. So basically, there's lots for fans of R.L.Stine on their way. So I'm calling these videos Get Goosebumps. This series will follow me collecting Goosebumps, but it's going to be a bit more than that. It's going to be about R.L.Stine and his creations in general. I just couldn't resist calling it Get Goosebumps, because obviously that kind of fitted. I'd love to meet the guy and say thanks for many hours of entertainment. I think like many people, I could literally finish a Goosebumps off in a day. They were the first probably page turners, literally page turners that I read. Many countless hours of getting into Goosebumps. So the movie was a great nostalgic trip for me. Trying to hold this still. Sorry, my hand's deciding to play about. It's warmed up now, but because I'm inside, but I've just come from outside, and it's about 2 degrees and it's snowing, so my hand's a little bit sort of not as solid as it would be. It's still shaking a bit, but it's just about warmed up enough now. Yeah, freezing weather. Anyway, that's if you wanted a weather update. In case you wondered what it was like in the UK, the answer is it's absolutely freezing if you're not from the UK. If you're from a very cold climate currently, you'll be like, 2 degrees, that's nothing, which is fair enough. But for us, this is pretty cold. Let me get that tripod out of the way. It's distracting me. Yeah. So yeah, this series will be about R.L.Stine's work. So if you're a fan of R.L.Stine, hopefully you enjoy these. If you're not, well, you know, maybe you like to look at them anyway because it might get you into his work. As we'll be going extensively into the world of R.L.Stine. Okay, that's this video for now. I'll see you again very soon.